5 on Your Side at 10 starts now.
A young St. Louis woman reported missing in a national park thousands of miles away.
I don't know if the detectives are doing enough.
Tonight, her mother is sharing her fears only with 5 on Your Side.
Gusty showers Thursday morning. We're tracking the front and the dramatic drop in temperatures by Friday morning. What you need to know in this hectic holiday season.
Our top story, an early morning fire destroys a St. Charles County home.
I lost my grandkids.
The devastation for a Wentzville family just 9 days before Christmas.
5 on Your Side starts now with breaking news.
Right now, St. Louis police are searching for the person who shot a 13-year-old boy. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. Police were called to Canaan Avenue in the Baden neighborhood about 2.5 hours ago. The 13-year-old was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We are told detectives are still working to figure out how the teen was shot and who's responsible. A St. Louis police spokesperson released a statement saying, quote, "Our youth should never have to suffer the consequences of this kind of violence."
We're following more breaking news in North St. Louis. Right now, police on the scene of a crash at the intersection of Union and Delmar, where a Park Ranger SUV collided with another car. Both cars sustained heavy damage. We're still working to get more information for you on what led up to this crash, but we are told no one was seriously hurt. All right, back to our top story. Fire investigators say flames were shooting 40 feet out of the roof when they arrived to a burning home early this morning in Wentzville.
A driver called in the fire after spotting those flames on Gilmore Lane from Interstate 70. 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon just caught up with the family who lost everything more than a week before Christmas.
My aunt who lives there.
Robert Needy is clinging to his daughters just a little closer.
They were screaming and crying.
7-year-old Rexled and 9-year-old Raina's home is now gone, just days before Christmas. They lived here with their mother, Heather. A devastating fire breaking out around 4 Tuesday morning on Gilmore Lane.
The first truck arrived and announced he had flames about 30 to 40 foot out of the roof. The roof was collapsing and the house was fully involved, so there's no space inside the house where we couldn't see fire at the time.
Fortunately, no one was home at the time. The mother's 2 sons, who live feet away with their father, weren't aware of that.
I opened the door, I went out, I made sure mom's car, I was like, I don't see a car anywhere. I tried to call mom, went straight to voicemail 3 times, so I got worried. I thought it was a dream. I could just see literally red lights coming through my room. I'm like, what is happening?
Turns out, mom was at a friend's home washing clothes. That night, the 2 little girls were at their father's. The entire situation taking an emotional toll, especially since mom suffers from a serious medical condition.
Just screaming, panicking.
Clothes, a computer, valuables, and the sentimental things that can't be replaced.
Along with my great-grandma's ashes.
All gone. But the one thing giving them strength, they still have each other.
I lost my grandkids.
Brent Solomon, 5 on Your Side.
Wentzville Fire Protection is working to determine what caused the fire. There is an online fundraiser to assist the family. You can find it under this story on KSDK.com.
Within the last 2 hours, a visitation wrapped up for a St. Charles County paramedic who died after suffering a medical emergency while on duty. Lieutenant Sarah McCarthy worked for the county's ambulance district. A memorial service will be held tomorrow. A procession will begin tomorrow morning at 7:30, starting from Schrader Funeral Home on Manchester. The procession will stop at 2 of McCarthy's previous stations before ending at the Cathedral Basilica in St. Louis. That's where services will begin at 10. McCarthy will then be laid to rest at Belle Reve Garden Cemetery in Creve Coeur. You can look for live reports during the procession on 5 Plus from 7 to 9 a.m.
Just hours ago, the St. Louis County Council passed the last round of budget bills, but the county is still facing a $33 million deficit.
County Executive Sam Page is calling the council's budget cuts alarming. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski has the latest on the budget battle. Laura.
Mike and Kelly, the St. Louis County Council passed the budget with 6-1 votes, with Councilwoman Lisa Clancy being the only dissenting vote, claiming a lack of transparency that other council members don't agree with. 6 of 7 St. Louis County Council members and the council budget director worked with each department on the budget for 2026. They cut $48 million from the $81 million deficit proposed by County Executive Sam Page. Councilwoman Shalonda Webb was the council department liaison for the Health Fund, where $11 million was cut. Their adopted budget this year was more than $83 million, and for 2026, the council is giving them $80 million. They cut 83 vacant positions and made adjustments based on spending trends.
We are not closing health clinics. I want everyone to stop doing that to people. We will focus on those chartered services like vaccinations, like communicable diseases.
Health Director Dr. Kanika Cunningham says the budget process was chaotic and she didn't hear from the council on Monday.
I really hope that a lot of the services we provide are not cut, just because we do a lot to address overdoses, and it's important to maintain access to health care and maintain access to behavioral health care as well.
Webb says they did reach out to the departments on Monday before meeting with us to talk about their recommendations.
As soon as we had them complete, this afternoon we reached out to them. All of those departments that responded to us, we were able to give them a heads up and willing to go more in depth with them when they are available.
Councilwoman Lisa Clancy says besides a lack of transparency, she has other concerns with the budget.
I'm concerned about what's in these bills, particularly regarding public health and how this will impact our ability to care for all of our neighbors.
Page shared the same sentiment but declined to answer some questions because he hadn't seen the budget bills.
As described, the cuts are alarming, but we will have to wait till we read them and understand them to have a reaction to them. Less money obviously will mean less services available.
The residents, as it pertains to services, won't feel the cuts.
The council says the county charter gives them the authority to adopt the budget, but does not say that depends on whether or not the county executive vetoes it, which Page has previously talked about doing. Regardless, they say they have enough votes to override a veto.
Tonight, the Edwardsville School District is searching for a new superintendent. The school board voted last night to terminate Dr. Patrick Shelton. He was placed on paid leave in September. The district has not said why, citing personnel issues. Dr. Alan Duncan has been serving as acting superintendent.
A former Missouri State Highway Patrol trooper has pleaded guilty on federal charges of stealing nude photos while on duty. David McKnight has pleaded not guilty. A federal indictment says he took the phones of 9 different women during traffic stops, claiming he needed to look up their insurance information. McKnight is scheduled to be sentenced in March. One of the victims filed a federal civil lawsuit against him seeking damages.
The city of St. Louis has settled a lawsuit with Deputy Jail Commissioner Tammy Ross. The lawsuit alleged her civil rights were violated when Sheriff Alfred Montgomery ordered her to be handcuffed after she denied him access to interview a detainee. Terms of the settlement were not released. Right now, Montgomery remains in federal custody on witness tampering charges. He is also awaiting a judge's ruling in a state trial to permanently remove him from office.
Tonight, we know the identities of the man and woman who were killed while changing a tire on a highway entrance ramp. The two were struck by a pickup truck Thursday night at I-55 and Broadway in South St. Louis. 31-year-old Demarion Hendricks of East St. Louis was changing the tire for 23-year-old Layla Hadzikana Dunik of Limay. The pickup driver told police he did not see them. So far, no charges have been filed.
It has been nearly a month since a University City woman was last seen shopping in Port Angeles, Washington, northwest of Seattle.
The woman's mother says her daughter's rental car was found inside Olympic National Park, and new tonight, she's sharing her growing concerns only with 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend.
You can see the anxiety in April Boya's eyes and hear it in her voice.
Not knowing is the hardest part.
She's worried about her missing daughter. Family members haven't heard from 26-year-old Alicia Boya in weeks.
I just had this gut feeling that something was seriously wrong.
April says on November 6th, Alicia left Lambert International Airport and flew to Port Angeles, Washington to visit Olympic National Park for the first time.
She was going on a vacation to kind of unwind and just unplug from the world.
On November 18th, the U-City woman sent her mom this smiling picture and a text after arriving in Washington.
And she said, I just want you to know that I'm safe and I'm okay and I love you.
But when her loved ones didn't hear from Alicia days later and on Thanksgiving,
that's when I started to panic.
Her mom filed a missing persons report with Port Angeles police and tracked her daughter's debit card and cell phone.
Her card was last known on November 17th and her phone was last used on November 18th.
April says on November 30th, police found her daughter's rental car in a parking lot by a trail inside Olympic National Park. She also says investigators found Alicia's camping equipment and sandwiches she bought from a Walmart. April says police also found an Olympic Park maintenance workers checklist and pool-related equipment in the car's trunk.
They did not find it strange that they found these things in the car, but I definitely find it strange.
So at this point, April tells me no one has been named a suspect and police have no solid leads in connection with her daughter's disappearance. And with each passing day, the mom's fears grow.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. You fight for your kids. This is the last fight to bring her home.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
The National Park Service is leading the investigation for Booyah. We've reached out to them, but have not yet heard back.
A pizzeria in the Metro East is planning a fundraiser for a police officer shot in the line of duty. Today, Granite City Pizza World announced it will donate 100% of its sales on Thursday to Granite City police officer Tyler Timmons and his family. There will also be a donation box. Timmons was shot about a block away from the restaurant on December 5th. He's now recovering at home. The fundraiser runs from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. That's on Thursday. Pizza World is located at the corner of Johnson Road and Terrace Lane.
Sticker shock looming for millions of Americans.
Is idiotic. It is political malpractice.
Tonight, the bipartisan backlash as tax credits for health care seem destined to expire. 'Tis the season to be drowsy.
When we're sleep deprived, it triggers a stress response in the body.
Tonight, we verify if seasonal sleep stress leads to holiday hunger.
One chance of rain over the next 10 days. We're tracking it for Thursday, and we're looking ahead to a warming trend for Christmas week.
Just hours ago, the Los Angeles District Attorney announced Nick Reiner has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder.
He is accused in the brutal slayings of his father, iconic filmmaker Rob Reiner, and his mother, Michelle.
These are some of the most serious charges that a DA's office can bring against anyone.
Their LA home Sunday night. Tonight, prosecutors confirm a knife was used. Nick Reiner is expected to be arraigned soon.
President Donald Trump will deliver a primetime address to the nation tomorrow night, according to White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt. The address from the White House will focus on what Mr. Trump sees as his biggest accomplishments in his first 11 months and preview what's ahead over the next 3 years. You can watch tomorrow night's address at 8 p.m. right here on 5 on Your Side. It looks more likely that health insurance premiums will skyrocket for more than 20 million Americans. House Speaker Mike Johnson announced that the House will not vote to extend tax credits that reduce the cost for those enrolled through the Affordable Care Act. The announcement sparked backlash from some Republicans.
You have 2 leaders that are not serious about solving this problem.
So where does that leave you?
I am pissed for the American people. This is absolute, and it's absurd.
Some Republicans are considering joining a discharge petition to force a vote.
Americans are feeling the pinch, and it's causing them to spend less holiday cheer when it comes to presents. A new poll by the NBC News Decision Desk finds 55% of U.S. adults are cutting back on holiday gift spending compared to last year. More than a third plan to spend the same. 9% said they were fork over more. So much to do for the holidays and not enough time. It can be a season of sleep deprivation. And tonight, our Verify team looks into whether lack of sleep will have you reaching for more Christmas treats. Here's Megan Bragg.
Question, can lack of sleep make you eat more? Let's verify. Our source is cardiologist Dr. Pyle Coley, sleep specialist with the Cleveland Clinic Dr. Nancy Foldberry, and a study published in the National Library of Medicine. Both doctors say when you're sleep deprived, appetite hormones are thrown off and it can make you eat more the next day.
When we're sleep deprived, it triggers a stress response in the body. And what that does is turns the volume up on our hunger. We tend to eat more unhealthy types of foods because we sort of crave sugar-rich foods because our body needs that instant sugar to try to build up its energy.
In this study published in the National Library of Medicine, they examined people who got a good night's rest compared to people who were sleep deprived and found people who were tired were more hungry.
And before you grab for that afternoon cup of coffee, Dr. Foldberry says caffeine might not be the best fix.
Caffeine can have a widely variable half-life. It can linger in the central nervous system far beyond what you might expect. And so some of us are really sensitive to that and really can't have caffeine beyond early morning.
The good news, as long as you get some rest, your body will reset.
Once you sort of reset your sleep and start getting sleep again, many of these hormones go back to your baseline. So you can reverse this process of dysregulated hormones inside our body.
So we can verify that, yes, lack of sleep can make you eat more. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
So what can we verify for you? Just send us an email to verify@ksdk.com.
Some superheroes were spotted in St. Louis today. Superman, Batman, and Catwoman were on an important mission at Shriners Children's Hospital. They were there to use their superpowers to spread holiday cheer to the young heroes being treated there. Before becoming the Man of Steel, Superman was a patient at Shriners. And we want to take a moment to thank all of you who helped make the season brighter for children impacted by foster care. We have fulfilled all of the 4,000 little wishes as part of our partnership with the Foster and Adoptive Care Coalition. Thanks to your generosity, St. Louis always comes through. These children will all have gifts to open on Christmas morning.
You're right. They always come through, all of you. All right, Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell's here with the weather impact forecast looking ahead to Thursday. With kind of a wet day.
We have rain on Thursday, and it's probably going to last 2 to 4 hours any one spot, and there may even be some heavier showers. But right now, we're just watching clouds stream in and across the bi-state region. Our temperatures, they're not bad. We were in the 50s today. We had a high of 57, and right now we're at 42 degrees. So we have the mostly cloudy sky. Winds are out of the south-southwest on the light side right now, so that's going to keep our temperatures from dropping nearly as much as they did last night. So early tomorrow morning, getting out the door, upper 30s. The wind chills aren't going to be dramatic tomorrow morning because the winds aren't all that intense. As we look ahead at what's coming our way, Thursday we get some gusty showers. There will be some gusty winds with those. They'll be in our western areas by 9 o'clock in the morning and then moving out of our eastern counties around 3 o'clock. Metro is probably right around lunch hour, slightly before and during. Cold will return on Friday, and then we have a mild Christmas week as we look further ahead. So when you're looking down the road here, you're noticing that temperatures take the drop on Friday. In fact, we start Friday morning around 20 in some of the colder spots, maybe some upper teens. So Friday's a cold day, but then Saturday, we're back into the 50s. We'll drop back into the 40s for Sunday and Monday. This up and down trend is going to be more up as we head into next week. And that's courtesy of this weather pattern that we're getting into, kind of breaking the stretch that we've been in. We are starting to see the moisture from the Gulf streaming northbound ever so slowly. That weather system coming into the Pacific Northwest, that's going to be effectively our weather maker as we go into Thursday. So that front overnight Wednesday night starts approaching. By early Thursday morning, it's coming into northwest Missouri. There will be a line of showers along that front that develops. Some of them may have some downpours. And then it slides off to the east. The rain pushes out. Colder air really pushes in during the evening hours on Thursday. Let's get a little more specific here. This is looking just before rush hour on Thursday. Maybe there's a few scattered showers, nothing widespread. There's that line coming through, takes us right through lunchtime and then off to the east of St. Louis. And then we'll open the door with gusty northwest winds as we head into Thursday night, dropping us to 22 by Friday morning and only 38 for the high Friday afternoon. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, your temperatures up and down a little bit. All indications are as we head towards next week and we get to Wednesday and Thursday, which is Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, temperatures are looking to be well above average. We're talking upper 50s, maybe even into the 60s on Christmas Day.
All right, Scott, thank you. Frank is here with sports.
My coach Drinkwitz explains the NIL situation better than any coach I've ever heard. A figure skater doing backflips, and we take you back in time for a look at a trailblazing female sportscaster. We'll be right back.
And we have a full lineup tonight on the free 5+ streaming app. At 10:30, catch Outside the Forecast, followed by Sports Plus Final Cut at 10:45, and In the News Now at 11. If you don't have 5+ yet, just search KSDK in your smart TV's app store.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel is now available in Missouri.
So Eli Drinkwitz is here to stay. Don't believe for 1 second those Michigan websites that say he's a candidate for that job. He has a lot on his plate too. Because of injuries, Josiah Trotter and Brett Norfleet won't play in the Gator Bowl. And then that portal opens on January 2nd and the Tigers have to nail it. They have to bring in high-end talent like they did last year and keep their talent. A guy like Jamal Roberts could get a lot of interest if he enters the portal. And can Mizzou pay the backup to Ahmad Hardy that much money?
It's a really, really hard deal because when you have a hard cap, it's like I told the team, when an NFL owner doesn't pay, he gets to keep the money. Like, nobody in here is keeping any money. Like, we just have a pot of money and we got to divide it amongst everybody in here to try to create the strongest team possible. And so that's what we're trying to do, and we'll do the best we can.
Speaking of big money, do you know that the economic impact for the U.S. Figure Skating Championships will be about $10 million in St. Louis? That's for 1 week. Thank you, St. Louis Sports Commission. There are 9 different sessions to watch, and there are some tickets left. And the guy to watch is Ilya Maualin. His nickname is the Quad God. He's the only guy to ever execute 7 quad jumps. He does something called the quad axel. Also, the 21-year-old from Virginia has won back-to-back world championships. He is a must-watch.
There's just a real sort of dignified element to him, but also daring as well. It's sort of like he's at an incredible level, but he's also got kind of a great sense of the audience. So he actually does a backflip on ice as part of his routine. Crowd goes crazy.
City SC confirmed what we reported last night. Yoann Dumais will be the new head coach. The 35-year-old from France spent the last 3 years in Columbus as an assistant on a team that won the MLS in 2023. So the Urban League brought in a trailblazing broadcaster to St. Louis this week. Jane Kennedy, the first to do a lot of things in the business. She's 74 now and has lived a lot of life. With the help of editor James Merriman, we went down memory lane with her today.
CBS had a cassette of Too Tall Jones's bout ready for them to view. Irv Cross asked Cowboy general manager Tex Schramm his reaction to Jones's debut.
She was the first black woman to be a host on an NFL pregame show, and Jane Kennedy was a long shot when the interview process began.
I walk in the door and there's 16 of us, 15 were blonde. So my agent was right. They were not looking for someone like me. They were not looking for a black woman, but that never stopped me before.
Kennedy got the job, and the former Miss Ohio always had a knack for landing the big interview, no matter the sport.
And one of the things that the producers wanted was an interview with Bill Russell. They had never, through all the years, been able to get Bill Russell. And so when I joined, they called Bill Russell again, and he says, yes. And I'm going, okay, so, so he gets to the set, and before we started filming, I said, you know what, I just need to know why me. Why? Why did you say yes? He says, because you're creating a legacy, and I want to be a part of helping you make that.
Kennedy went on to star in movies, make workout videos, and she's written a book on her life titled Plain Jane. Her legacy?
I have never wanted to be anyone other than who I am. I have lost jobs because it required being someone other than who I am. I've lost jobs because of producers or directors that want to get in bed with you, but I never thought about those. My mind was like going forward, and that's what I wanted to do, and I was able to achieve that. I ask God all the time, why me? But my mom and my dad raised me to be a person that never quit.
What a career for Jane Kennedy.
One of my idols.
Frank, thanks so much.
Well, you don't have to go to the North Pole to get up close with Santa's reindeer. The Magical Ranch, just a 3-hour drive away.
Oh my God, baby, can I touch
And And that's not the only type of deer you'll spot in Illinois. You may be surprised to heard of Alaskan reindeer called the central part of the state home.
They've been the star of the Christmas show at Hardy's Reindeer Ranch in Rantoul for 30 years, becoming a holiday tradition for many families.
Generations of families that came when they were babies. Now they're bringing their kids. There's such magical things about these animals, but it is the effect that they have on people. How friendly they are and how it delights people.
Located about 3 hours northeast of St. Louis, Reindeer Ranch is open Wednesday through Sunday until Christmas Eve.
It's always great when kids get to see actual reindeer.
And they're so mesmerized.
When my kids would go, they would always name one Rudolph.
Of
that's
course.
Rudolph, you know.
That's so cute.
It's always
You can
great
take your
around Christmas
grandkids.
time. That's right. There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. We're always streaming on 5+.
Start your day with Today in St. Louis. That starts at 5 a.m. Have a great tomorrow.